I've been told more than once that I don't write proper reviews. I just ramble while shoehorning some defining characteristic of a game into an overwrought point that has nothing to do with anything, much less the game in question. Well, Mom, it's hard to shake 4 years of learning to write when all you're really doing is learning how to write like they want you to. Then your voice falters and you overcompensate in any attempt to get it back and fuck, she was right, I'm doing it right now. Alright, fair point. So I'll do a stand-up review. Here it is. Rise of the Tomb Raider is a sequel to a... Nope, Zed, I'm not getting into that. Shut up, man. It's almost obsessively trying to improve itself. It's you, right after New Year's, when you're sure there's a better person underneath the wad of chewed bubblegum that used to be your physique. Or right after you catch your girlfriend checking out somebody with slightly more abdominal tone at the beach, and you're thinking, the fuck? Is it his beard? I can grow a better beard than that. She just won't let me because she hates facial hair. Should I punch him? I'm gonna punch him. Nah, I need to ask him about his cut routine. Ask him about his cut routine, then I'll punch him. Yeah, fuck, I did it again. God damn it, she was totally right. Let's get back to Tomb Raider's self-improvement. That obsession can be seen in Rise's every muscle, but let's start with the literal muscles. Look at Lara's shoulders, okay, her arms, her ass, yes, which I studied like I had a fucking murder to solve. And God damn it, I know the answers are in there somewhere. You're a loose cannon, Lassane, give me your badge. I don't know what that was. Sorry. All the while, I was thinking God and Vishnu and Allah and fucking Troy Baker that it was a chick butt. Otherwise, the thorough nature of my inspection would have left me asking some questions that become decidedly unpleasant to answer once you're, out of college. Every joint on her body bends and flexes and moves like it would on a person. It's not really news on its face because there's so many realistically rendered protagonists, but there's something else here. It's just out of reasonable explanation's reach. Every inch of the model feels sort of enclosed in a way that I've never seen before. The seams are finally gone. It's quite simply the best character model I've ever seen. Graphically, this alone would be enough of an accomplishment, but that's just the start of this curve that is on her. The graphic... Meh. It's a beautiful game. Even more beautiful than its still beautiful predecessor, and even more beautiful than the iteration I'm guessing made the Xbox One's GPU work so hard it sounded like the whole thing was about the Wright brothers its way out of the living room. Though I can only guess, because I don't have an Xbox One. I fucking hate exclusives. That's why I built Korra, my 4790K GTX 980 16GB RAM gaming rig. To spread my chips out between her, yes, it's a her, and my PS4. Have access to the power, the library, the NVIDIA Game Ready drivers that I didn't initially download. I was scared off by reports that it fucks the game up something weird. No matter, I'm gonna jump on this grenade. For journalism! Max settings, Korra's got this. She's more than capable of what the fuck just happened to my frame rate. No matter again, it's not so bad it screws the pooch, because it's still fun. We're all fine, it works. And in all seriousness, it is still fine. It's not Arkham Knight, and I don't want to get mired in a conversation about PC ports when I'm already 3 paragraphs behind the down-to-earth, on-topic review I was trying to write. 1 or 2 odd bonks and an otherwise steady experience at 1080p 60+, or 4K if you're one of those money-having sons of bitches. On the outside, I think it's fairly obvious, Rise has been working out. But what's it done to better execute the moves we know from the last game? What about its practical strength? Well, it's not bad. I mean, if it were a person, it could still do more pull-ups than I can. Or this fucking asshole can. I will ruin you, Beachbeard! The mechanics that made Tomb Reboot surprisingly endearing return, but now the looting, animal killing, and general what's in that corner, is it something? Item collection find themselves far more important. They clearly took a page from the Far Cry book of survival crafting and now require that you hunt specific and sometimes rare animals for their pelts, so you can upgrade or improve storage capacity, which is where Rise adds its own flair in that to craft certain items you'll need X number of a specific craft part, a number that can't be achieved without an upgraded storage capacity, so without those luscious rare animal pelts. Last time around, I just sort of built whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and it didn't matter. Never had to dig and never had to hunt. This time, crafting items feels more important. I mean, it is more important, so I slow down a bit. I calm down. It's weird for me. I stop in hub zones. I stalk my prey with cat-like precision. Meow, bitches! Give me them fucking pelts, I got shit to craft! Fucking bows all pimped out? Side missions with more than worthwhile rewards have been added, even if many are fetchy in their nature. Dark corners with hidden chests filled with all-important weapon parts have been made more scarce than made important. Rise refined its RPG elements and better wove them with both exploration and the rest of the game. Leg Day was not skipped, nor was anything else. Traversal is the same, but it's somehow cleaner, better, and new abilities don't feel tacked on, and they make sense, they add variety. The combat's the same as it was, but it's somehow cleaner and better. The Last of Us craft on the go throwable explosives fitting in nicely, giving a much needed edge against the greater number of enemies now present. This is refinement. Rise is refinement. Rise is improvement of solid gameplay elements. Rise did all 3 months of P90X, never did anything but lean protein, is feeling jacked as fuck, and I swear to God, Beachbeard, glance over here again, and 220 pounds of inferiority complex, probably sobbing European mutt will fucking wreck you! Zed, I fucking got this!
I mean, I'm just trying to help.
Look, man, I know. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's about me handling it on my own.
Isn't that what you need me for? When you want to rage out?
Sometimes it's a Zed problem, and sometimes it's a Ned problem. Feel me?
Yeah.
Come here, you little scamp. And we're back!
Yeah, fuck stuff, it sucks.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Tombs. They're here, they're dark, get wet. Probably. They're all goddamn flooded. I'm sure there's a good reason for that, based on glacial runoff or something, I don't know, I didn't come here to geology. They're varied in that they challenge a different aspect of your skill set with each spelunk. Sometimes it's about climbing, or aiming speed and accuracy, or simply your ability to solve a puzzle. None of which are particularly complicated, in that once you get your bearings and figure out how each moving part works, assembly of that clockwork is usually obvious. The tombs, like the game as a whole, remain largely unchanged, if slightly beefier. Which includes, and brings us to something you might have noticed I haven't yet talked about. The plot. It's not that I find it particularly bad or particularly good, and not that I got distracted by all this I always knew what was going on, it wasn't like it was convoluted or anything, but I never really cared, which I know sounds shitty, and I'm sure I'd notice if there were no plot, but what exactly is the point of this shallow re-exploration of Laura's mind, and what could have been a good old-fashioned Tomb Raider story? It's supposed to be Rise of the Tomb Raider, a title that paints them into a corner. I mean, what is rising, exactly? I'm pretty sure I saw Lara Croft rise in the last game, around the time she started splitting motherfuckers' skulls open with a climbing axe. If that wasn't rising, what the fuck is she supposed to do this time to live up to this new title? Fucking make necklaces out of her enemies' teeth and use their blood for war paint? I understand the difficulty in working with a character as iconic as Lara Croft, but there's a clear inability in Rise to decide whether to write a straight-up character tale, or embrace the camp the game desperately needs in order to offset all this grit. Fucking tough guy. Look at my big truck, it's got mud, I'm tough. Please don't look at my dick.
I got a little dick, it's pathetic.
At the end of Tomb Raider 2013, Lara Croft had been introduced, grown into a hero/mass murderer, and rode off into the sunset, strapped with her iconic dual pistols. She'd become Lara Croft, but for some reason someone decided to hit reset, remove the twin guns, and with them, all of the character growth in the last game. Conceivably for the sake of telling the same story again. It's so much the same story that, without spoiling anything, the ending looks familiar if by familiar, you mean this guy looks like Chris Evans. Because it's fucking Chris Evans. There's fear at play in these decisions, which is Rise's only real issue, if there is one, because it's a damn fine video game. It's scared to change, either by being itself or forging a new identity, which is the final step in any personal growth. It worked out and it ate right and it toned itself like an actor in a Marvel movie, but it never looked within. Like all of us with self-confidence issues, it didn't know it had what it needed all along. It had already risen, it just needed to go downstairs and make coffee. Shit, I did it again! Off topic again. Motherfucker. Alright, stand-up game review. I got this, okay. Hi guys, I'm positive I don't swear, it's an 8 out of 10. It's a game and it's tight controls and stuff, it's up. I'm a game reviewer, and I like RPGs and not swearing and payoffs and flannel. 8 out of 10, woo! Alright, yeah, there you go, there's your fucking review, it's done. And I didn't get distracted this time as much as I should. I swear to fucking God, I warned you, Beachbeard. Better hope you can run on those docksiders, you clear liquor drinking fucking pussy, come here!
Jesus fuck. I've completely lost my mind.